Because we too easily forget that it was the Lord that made a way for us. They easily forgot about all of the miracles that he had done. Well, this is an interesting situation. The first thing that this tells us out to is that they tempted him rather than trusting him. Right. They tempted him rather than trust him. And brothers and sisters, we are guilty of the same thing, because with every opportunity, with every challenge that we're faced in life, instead of trusting God, our question is, can you do it this time? All right. And that is a temptation of God. That is a test. There isn't much difference between test and temptation here in the Greek. They're virtually the same thing. They are not asking for information. They're not asking because they want to know. They want to improve the quality of their lives. No. They're trying to entrap Jesus so that they can back him up into a corner. And sometimes, brothers and sisters, because of our skepticism and our cynicism, we tend to, instead of believing God in our situation, we going around talking about, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what God's going to do. And that's not trust. We have to learn, brothers and sisters, instead of challenging God to do something, we must trust him that he will do. That's right. We must believe him that even though the bills are more than the paycheck, he will do. Even though the children will not obey, he will do. Even though your spouse will not act right, he will do. You got to trust. Some of us are living in some of the most volatile situations at home. You don't want nobody to know it. You live with some crazy people. You might as well say amen. If all of you say amen at the same time, they won't know where you are. Just say amen. Yeah, because we live with some crazy people. You walk around slamming doors and looking at you funny. They'll cuss at the least little thing. Yeah, there's some crazy people in the world, and some of them in this room. But the question is not how crazy are the people that you are around on your job or in your neighborhood. The question is, are you going to trust God? But they did not have relationship. Not only that, but the real problem is revealed in verse 4. Verse 4 it says, a wicked and adulterous generation seeks after a sign, and no sign shall be given to it except the sign of the prophet Jonah. The real problem was wickedness and adultery. Now, usually when we hear that word adultery, we're thinking about, somebody going with somebody else's wife and somebody else's husband and so forth. But adultery is also when you start playing with other gods. You're supposed to be in relationship with God, but instead of honoring him, you start honoring something else. You washing your car on Sunday morning when you ought to be out here praising the Lord. You taking your time away from God to do for yourself and others what ought to be given unto God. You bow down to men of who they are, but you don't show God no